Hi guys, I'm back with another video, and this video is going to be me reading LGBTQ plus books for a week. So I'm not going to put a limit on how many books I'm going to read this week because the rate at which I read books varies depending on how I'm feeling, the amount of things I have to do that week. It depends. Today is Friday, June 14th, I believe. And so it's gonna go from this Friday to the next Friday. The first book I'm starting with is Felix Ever After by Kissing Calendar, because as you guys saw, this is on my June TBR, and I'm last month I don't know how many I read on my June TBR, but I don't think it was very many, so I'm trying to knock some off. Okay, and this is on there, and it's YA, so I feel like it will be pretty quick to read. This book I read the first chapter yesterday, and the first chapter is 14 pages, and I'm now on page 113. So I read 100 pages today. The writing is super easy as of now. I think the writing will continue to be easy. The only thing I have about this book is that I'm not connected to the characters whatsoever. So that's the only thing that I can say about this book. Like, I mean, it's fast paced. It's kind of like a mystery plot a little bit with this book, but I'm just not invested as much as I thought I would be. But yeah, that's the only update I have for this book. And I'm also going to be reading Ander and Santi Were Here because this is also in my June TBR, so I just, like I said, I want to knock those out. So this is also one of the books that I'm going to be reading. As of now, I read one chapter yesterday because I wanted to see which book I wanted to read, and even then I didn't even choose. But this book also seemed really good, but I haven't like truly started it yet. But both these books have to do with like gender. They're both queer books, obviously. In this book we have a Black queer trans main character. In this book, our main character, I don't know which one's Ander and which one's Santi, but I know Ander is non-binary, and then obviously they're queer. So that's what I have to say about both of these books. I'm honestly hoping to get this finished today, and I think I can because I read those 100 pages in like an hour. So I think I can read these. Like, I think I can read this pretty quickly, and since it's YA, it's going by super quickly, and I've not been reading as many YA books, so it's just really easy for me. Also, new filming setup. I have moved a little bit because the other one just wasn't aesthetically pleasing to me. So we have this area right here, and I'm liking this a lot more. I'm gonna add a couple things more. Of my diamond paintings are gonna go up. You're gonna see. But yeah, that's the start of this video. We'll see how many books I get read by the end of the week. But yeah, you guys will see this video by the end of the month, hopefully, if all goes well. But yeah, I will see you guys when I have some updates about this book. Bye. Oh my goodness, I feel the need to say this quite a lot because I'm truly flabbergasted. I'm truly like, what the heck? So we have a trans queer main character, right? And basically he is on a date with someone, right? And listen to this is what she says. She says, you know, I haven't been able to put my finger on why I'm not interested in you, but I think I understand now. In the end, I just don't think I can date a misogynist. I'd startled, fear clenching my heart. I was worried I'd done or said something sexist without realizing it. I'm sorry, I said automatically. Then, why am I a misogynist? Well, she said,
You deciding to be a guy instead of a girl feels inherently misogynistic. She told me, you can't be a feminist and decide you don't want to be a woman anymore. What? That is so ignorant. You're loud and ignorant and wrong. Because what? That truly boggled my mind. Just thought you guys should hear that, because what? Okay, so I'm having a really hard time sympathizing with Felix. I can sympathize with his like gender identity problems and with his sexuality problems. Like I can sympathize with those problems, but there's these things he says to the people around him. I feel like he has a victim complex. Because yes, bad things are happening to you. Yes, life is hard. Yes, it's very difficult for you. But he takes out his anger on everyone else, and that's what I have a problem with, is him taking his anger out on everyone else. And then kind of when someone like kind of calls him out, like, oh, you're like projecting a little bit, then he's like, no, because I'm not doing anything wrong. But like you kind of are, and that is what's like irking me, and that's what's making me really not like Felix. Like I don't think there hasn't been, like, I can sympathize with him in some parts, but I don't like him. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now. Like he's really, like, if we're really thinking about it, he's not really a good friend to Ezra, like at all, really. Like he's constantly like, I don't know. What I do know is that I'm not a fan of Felix, and that could be a problem considering he is the main character of this book. But I just don't like him. But we'll keep reading, and maybe my opinions will change. Who knows? Well, there's like a little mystery that happens in this book, and I have a feeling about who it is, because from the beginning I didn't think it was who they thought it was. But yeah, I feel like I think another reason why I don't like Felix is because I think he thinks the world revolves around him, and it does not. It is not. So he is over here thinking like, oh my gosh, this person's doing this to me, this person's doing this to me, everything is happening bad to me, and like other people's problems are like irrelevant because like me. That's how I feel about Felix, and it's annoying, and I think that's why I don't like them. So yeah, but I'm now on page 143, and I mean, I'm liking the book. Like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. Like a 3.5 right now. Like, it's not bad, but it's not great. Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm enjoying my time, I guess. But it's really hard to really enjoy a book when you're not connected to the characters. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not connected to Felix at all. But I'm on chapter 11 in 2 chapters and like 30 pages. I'll be 50% through this book. So I'm definitely gonna get to at least 50% of this book today. But we'll see. We'll see how far I actually get. I'm gonna go eat something, and then maybe I'll continue reading, maybe I'll be done for the day. We'll see. I'll update you guys later. Okay, I just had some packages come in, and I wanted to open them with you guys because that's what we do on here. That's what we do on BookTube. Let me open this one. Okay, I have Misery by Stephen King. As you guys saw in my, was it my last video or 2 videos before that? It was my physical TBR video. I had the small paperback of Misery. It's actually still over there, but I wanted like regular paperback edition, so that's what this is. I'm excited to read it because what I was reading I was quite enjoying. It's just having one that's small was just not working with me. So yeah, I have Misery. There's another. Oh, what the heck is going on with Amazon lately? Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. As you guys know, you guys should know, I read When in Rome last year and I really liked it, so I have this one. It took me a really long time to get this one, like to like put it in my cart and buy it, because I think it's the bodyguard trope. I know he's like, what was her name? Amelia? Was that her name? Amelia Rose or something like, yeah, Amelia. He is her bodyguard, I'm pretty sure. And I know the bodyguard trope is well loved in the book community, but I don't like the bodyguard trope. So we'll see how I feel about this. We'll see. Box. I love how I said in the last video, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go on a book buying ban. She lied to herself. She did, because she's not. Open it. Okay, and the first one is, I went on a bit of a Stephen King like binge. So the first one is Under the Dome by Stephen King. This one, I went to Half Price Books and I saw it and I really was intrigued by it, so I got this. I feel like I now have like his longest books. Kind of scary, not gonna lie. So I have that. I also got Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna, because I just recently saw Sarah read this in one of her videos and she raved about this, and she was like, all women at any stage of life should read this. And I was like, say no more, I got you. So yeah, this would be my first Kristen Hanna book, so whenever I end up reading that. And then I have two hardcover books, which I know, kind of crazy, because I
I don't get hardcover books because I'm not a hardcover reader. But I have The Ministry of Time by Colleen. Is that her name? Colleen Bradley. I've heard so much about this book. I know Destiny really liked this book. I'm pretty sure it was Destiny, and then also Haley. I think she gave this a 5-star actually, and she like cried, she said. So I'm really intrigued by this. This was on Book of the Month, and then I didn't get it, but now I have it. So yeah. The Good Morning America book club. Okay, but yeah, I have that. And then last one in this package is Chain Gang All Stars by Nana Kwame Adji Brenya. I'm sorry if I butchered that name, but yeah, I also have this book, which I've also heard great things about. I think I first heard this book with, who was it? I don't remember, but I did hear really good things about this, so it's now in my possession. So those are the books I've bought, but there's some more. Let me just show you a little book haul segment of this video. I got Keeping 13 because I finished Bunny 13 and I gave it 5 stars, so Keeping 13. And then when I said I went on a little Stephen King spur, I wasn't lying. I got Billy Summers by Stephen King, and then I've actually already read this book, but I just wanted a physical copy. That is a dictionary. And then the last one I got, this was for nostalgia purposes also, because I do plan on rereading the series at some point, and that is the entire Percy Jackson series. Just a regular 5, you know, no more than that. So yeah, those are the books I got. And I will seriously not be buying any more books for the rest of the summer. That's probably a lie, but we're just gonna have like it's gonna be true. So yeah, I just wanted to show you those. Ooh. Whoa. Hi. I'm super close to finishing Felix Ever After right now. I have like less than 100 pages left. And I thought I should update you guys before I finish. I'm currently on page 283, chapter 21, and there's 354 pages in this book. So I obviously have less than 100 pages left in this book. More like 70-ish pages. My thoughts have not really changed from the beginning. I still am not crazy about Felix. Like I said, I can sympathize with his situations regarding his sexuality, regarding his gender. That I can sympathize with. In other aspects, I don't really sympathize with him. There were some things that happened. Ezra, how to say this without spoiling. Ezra wanted to do something, and instead of having a grown conversation and letting Ezra explain himself and talk about how he was feeling, Felix pushed him away. It was basically like, no, shut up, don't talk. He literally said shut up to him, and like would not let him tell him how he was feeling, right? And then when Ezra starts ignoring him, he's kind of like, but like, what about me? But like, what about me? And then there's a situation with Declan. Declan figures something out involving Felix, and Felix did something wrong, and Declan then is like, don't talk to me ever again, like I don't want anything to do with you. And Felix is like, but like, what about me? But like, what did I do? Like, why don't you love me? Like, why me? Why am I getting yelled at, you know? And that's what bothers me,
because his victim complex is quite high. It is quite high, and it almost seems to me like he doesn't feel like he can do it. He doesn't see his wrongs, which is what's irking me a little bit, because there are parts of Felix that I do like. There are parts where I'm just like, yes, Felix, go. But then there's parts where I'm just like, what are you doing? Why are you acting like this? And there's more, why are you acting like this parts than yes, Felix, go parts, you know? I don't know. I do think like the book is really easy to read. The other characters I really like. I love me some Ezra. I do. I love Ezra. I love Leah. And this seems to me like, obviously it's not the type of experience that I had while I was in school, because I did not go to art high school. I went to a regular public high school. Yes. And I obviously am not experiencing the same things that a lot of the kids in this book are experiencing, because I am not queer. So I haven't experienced any of the things that any of these kids are experiencing, but I do feel like the atmosphere of a high school is very realistic. As someone who graduated last year, I do think that it is a very realistic approach to a high school. So I do appreciate that. I do feel like these characters are characters that resemble kids in high school. They resemble kids in high school doing things that kids in high school do, whether they're supposed to or not. This does resemble a high school kid. So yeah, in that aspect I think it's really good. The writing's really good. It's really easy to read. Most of the characters I do like, even though like with Felix I am a little iffy with him, but I do ultimately like him. He's just a little bit annoying, and you know, some people, like, people can be great people and just have bad character flaws. That's fine. And I think that's how I feel with Felix. I think overall he is a good character. He just has some really annoying, blazing character flaws that I think I'm hyper fixated on, and I think that's a me problem and not a book problem. So yeah, but other than that, I am enjoying the book as much as I can. I do like it. So that's my little update. The next time I'll probably be finished with this, and I'll be starting Ender and Santi Were Here. Hi guys, one second. I'm reading outside. This is a new area. Look at the sunset. Isn't it pretty? Anyway, I'm currently reading. I'm now on chapter, I don't know if you guys can see that, 29. It's very windy out here, so I also don't know how this clip is gonna sound. But I am really liking this book. I also finished 2 books in the span of, not 2, 1 book. And I also finished Felix Ever After, but I finished a book today. That's what I was talking about. But update on Andrew's team. I am really liking this. At first I was like, oh, it's gonna be 4.75. Then I just lost interest. So now I think it's gonna be like around a 4 to a 4.5. I do really like it. But yeah, there's not really many updates I can give you now than I think I've already given. If I think of anything, I'll say those. But I'm gonna go in and grab the books so that I can tell you how I felt about Felix Ever After and One Last Stop, because that's what I finished.
to you guys in the next clip. I just wanted to show you the pretty sunset.
I'm back inside. One of my favorite books of all time has been mentioned. They mentioned They Both Die at the End. I love that book, and it made me cry, and they just talked about it in this book, and I feel as if I have to give it 5 stars because of that. Oh, I love that book so much. If I could go back and reread that book for the first time, I would do it. Oh. Anyway, I thought I should tell you guys. It's so good. Anyway, hi guys. So I want to give you guys a little update real quick. I'm currently in the middle of a chapter in Andrew and Santi, but I did want to give an update really quick before I got loud in here in my house. First I want to show you this. My mom made me a coaster. Isn't it cute? Anyway, that's besides the point. Last I checked in, I think I was reading Andrew and Santi and Felix Ever After. I have since finished Felix Ever After. I finished this on the 19th, maybe. It was a while ago. It's currently the 24th. And I finished this. I'm gonna give this I gave it a 3.5, like a 3.5. It wasn't bad. I actually really did enjoy this book. It was just like there was a lot of character flaws within Felix, which is okay. Characters have flaws. But yeah, I felt like a lot of things in this book could have been solved with just like talking, which is usually the problem, but also their age plays a huge role in this book because they are young. This is a young adult book, so their age plays a lot in the decisions that they were making. Yeah, but I do love, what's her name? What is her name? Is her name Leah? Yeah, Leah. Love Leah. She's amazing. But yeah, I gave this a 3 to 3.5. I don't remember what I gave it, but it was around that. I did, like I said, really liked it. I did like the little mystery aspect of it. Let me tell you, did not guess who it was at all. Did not guess at all, but I did really enjoy this, and I think that this will help a lot of younger kids who are in the same situation as Felix, who are questioning their gender and their identity. I think this will help them. I'm a 19-year-old that is not questioning her gender, so I don't think that I got as much out of this book as someone else may be able to get out of this book, but I did enjoy it, did love it. So there's that. Finished this book. This is the first book that I have finished of this video, and then the next book, I'm currently reading Andrew and Santi. We're here. I'm like almost 75% of the way through, so I'm probably like 65% of the way through this book. I think I'm in chapter 32. Yeah, I'm on chapter 32, page 220. I am really enjoying this book. Like I said in the last clip, I did think I was like I was liking it more before. Now I'm still liking it, but my interest has kind of gone a little bit lower, just because I feel like we hit the climax of the book and now I'm just like, well, what's happening now, you know? And it's also making me a little nervous because I'm not 75% of the way through and there's still so much that could happen based on the problem that is kind of centered around this book. So yeah, but also Santi, oh, his situation really makes me sad. I think if I was I obviously can't relate to anyone or the situation at all that Santi is in, but that seems absolutely terrifying, and I am sorry and pray for anyone who is in a situation who has had to deal with something like that. And
me living in Texas, I feel like, and this book taking place in Texas, I feel like it's a lot more normal than I may think. But yeah, I'm sorry for whoever has to deal with that, because that seems like a terrifying situation to ever be in, especially with these kids, like with the people in this book being so young. Being my age, I'd be terrified. And so yeah, that made me, to read about that, it made me a little sad and be like, whoa, what? So yeah, but I am really liking this. Right now it's sitting at like a 4.25 star for me. Did really enjoy, not 4.25, 4 to 4.5 star for me. So yeah, the next book that I read, I don't think I ever said that I was starting this book or reading this book, but One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. If anyone knows, one of my favorite books in the world is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. Gave that a 5 star. Love that book. This book just didn't hit like that book hit, but it was still good. I'm giving this a 4.25 stars. I don't really know what my problems were with this book. Like I can't even tell you what my problems were with this book, because I don't think I necessarily had problems. I just don't think it was a 5 star for me, you know. And I was comparing it to Red, White, and Royal Blue a lot, and I think that was a problem, because it just, to me, it was not as good as Red, White, and Royal Blue. I did love the characters. Yeah, I enjoyed the book. It's a 4.25 star for me. Nothing bad. Did love it though. So yeah, that's how I feel about this book. And there was like some magical realism. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. But yeah, those are my updates as of now. This video is being posted tomorrow, so hopefully I can get Ander and Santi done by tomorrow. I think I can. But yeah, that's all I have to tell you guys right now. I'm gonna continue reading and we'll see. Also, the audiobook for this book is really good, so if you guys are into audiobooks, I do recommend it. It goes by super quickly. I really liked it. And this book has, I don't know if anyone else likes mixed media kind of in books, like text messages, emails, articles. This book has emails and articles. Love it. So if you guys like that as well, I think you would like this. Her writing is really easy. I love her writing. Just didn't hit like Red, White, and Royal Blue hit, but it was still really good. This is my first sapphic romance, I think, and it did eat, because 4.25 is a good rating. It is a good rating. But yeah, those are my updates. I'll see you guys probably when I end this video, honestly, unless something else happens and I'm like, I need to say something. We'll see. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Hi, we're here for final thoughts, final ratings. And yeah, so I did end up finishing Ander and Santi. It is the next day from the last time I filmed for you guys, and I did end up finishing Ander and Santi. You're probably like, that's not the book. It is the book. I just take off the dust jackets whenever I'm reading them. Anyway, I did end up finishing Ander and Santi. We're here today earlier, and I did really enjoy it. I think the end things kind of popped off a little bit. I was like, whoa guys, let's calm down a little bit. Okay,
whoa, everybody, let's calm down a little bit. Let's calm down a little bit.
But I was very happy with the ending. I thought it was a cute ending in a good way to like wrap everything up. I did enjoy that. I didn't have really any problems with these characters. I felt like the way that the reactions and the actions that were made and had in this book were very relatable to the ages of the characters. I also did appreciate the relationship that was shown between Ander and their mom, because it showed a complex familial or parental relationship, and a relationship that a lot of kids probably have with their parents, especially since like their mom was just having so much time with them growing up, and I think that's very normal. Especially I experienced that. It's not that my mom really has a problem, like trouble with me growing up. My stepdad definitely does have some trouble with me growing up. My brother has some trouble with me growing up, but I know for a fact that it's not easy for my mom to see me growing up and doing things that show that. So it was nice to see that in a book. I think the relationship between Ander and Santi was a beautiful relationship, especially given the circumstances that were in their relationship kind of working against them. It was really beautiful to see. So yeah, I also love the backdrop of a Texas like city. This one is set in San Antonio. I've never been to San Antonio. I do live in Texas, but I live near Dallas. So I've never been to San Antonio. I don't really know what it's like, but I do like books that are set in Texas. I've realized just because I can relate to them. Same reason why I probably like the books set in New York. But yeah, I gave this a 4.5, I think. I really enjoyed this. I'm definitely gonna read more books by this author. I actually had a book, like, because I get books on my Instagram and I'll screenshot them, and there was a book called Canto Conmigo by Gianni Garzavilla, and I didn't even realize that it was this author, and I was just like, I need to read that. And then I saw that it was by the same author, and I was like, yeah, definitely, because the writing was super easy, loved the characters, felt very relatable. So yeah, I had no problems with this book. It just didn't give me the 5-star feels. It was very close to it, but I didn't get the 5-star feels, which is okay. Not everybody's gonna be 5-star, but this was very close to being that. But yeah, that's the last book of this video. So let me just do a recap of the books that I read. The first book that I read and finished was Felix Ever After by Casey Calendar. This book was a 3.5. I still don't remember what I rated it. Next was One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. I gave this a 4.25 stars. And then lastly, what I was just talking about, Ander and Santi Were Here, gave this, or Ander and Santi Were Here, gave this a 4.5 stars. So yeah, if you guys have read any of these books, please comment down below how you felt about them. I enjoyed my time reading LGBTQ plus books this week, and hopefully you guys also read some LGBTQ books this month. Even though this is being posted the last week of June, just read one. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.